What's up? Welcome to the first episode of Let's Talk About That. And with me, Michael.
And Evan.
So the Oscars were last night. Obviously, we did our predictions the day before. So we thought we'd just go over what happened last night, our thoughts on it.
We tabulated the scores for the predictions, what we got right, and
what we did not get right. So Evan, just first off, thoughts on the night itself. How do you think the show went?
I thought it was a bit weird. I think it was the fault of the writers of the actual Academy, the writers for the show. The writing was really poor, and it was...
do you mean the jokes?
The jokes, I felt like NPH, Neil Patrick Harris, the host, was... When he went off script, that's when it was funny. Mm-hmm. But when he was on script, it was just bad. And the long joke with his predictions was dragged out. And
yeah, that is definitely one thing. I mean, overall, it's weird because when we were watching it, I thought while it was going on, I was like, you know what? I'm really enjoying this. This is a good show. I was in a private group message thing. Mm-hmm. We were all making jokes and everything, which obviously helped, I'm sure. But it wasn't until 11:30 when I realized, it is 11:30. I thought this thing was supposed to be over. It didn't end until 12:10. So I think that kind of it kills it in the end. But I still enjoyed it as far as Oscar shows goes. There's been worse.
I think there's definitely been worse. I just feel like maybe something, just NPH was not into maybe what was written for him, and he couldn't really balance it out.
I guess so. I agree with the whole long running joke. It's funny because as it was going on, every single time it came up, you're always just oh my, can you just be quiet? Was because it was always 30 seconds and we cut to Octavia and then you're just we don't need to see this.
Yeah.
But then when the actual joke was revealed, I was kind of I did enjoy it. I thought, oh, that's not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
That was a little cutesy, I guess. But so, I don't know, does it pay off? Maybe you didn't need to cut to it as many times, but maybe then it's not as good of a payoff.
But the thing is that I was listening to a couple other podcasts today, and they were saying that the person to pick for the joke, they picked Octavia Spencer. Pick Steve Carell or someone who was
Well, the moment with Steve Carell,
the seat filler one was funny.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Yeah,
I think that was my favorite joke of the night.
I really like that one, and I like the Snowden joke.
But that I think was totally off script.
I think too, because I don't think maybe it was really on the nose. But no, the Steve Carell thing when it happened, I was just man, I love Steve Carell. He's really funny, and I take him for granted, I think. But no, you're right, I guess, about the off the cuff moments were the best. And
the one note that I want to point out is the Academy needs to get under control of how the musical numbers are put out. One year they decided, okay, we're not going to do the musical numbers, then let's bring them back and have it spaced out. Why not just do it all short little verses one after the other, get them off, because it ruins the whole pacing of the show.
I know, but I think if you were saying you put all of them in this little quick thing together, I think that could also drive your momentum down, because all of a sudden it's oh my god, it's this giant song, right?
Okay, at least don't introduce the song that we're about to listen to
for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I know. I think if you want to lead with an opening musical number, kudos to you. Last night, I really thought the opening was great. I enjoyed it.
No, I'm not talking about his.
No, I know. You're just talking about all the musics in general. And then I think if you are deciding to do musical, just do a song, whether you want to do the full song or just a snippet from each of the nominated original songs. Although Gaga's thing was really, really good, it didn't need to be there.
No.
But
I enjoyed it. It was not what I was expecting. So
I know, it was really good, and you're well, I mean, if it was good and you enjoyed it and everything...
What ruined it for me is the whole, Maroon 5 song at the beginning. I was okay, well,
Oh, yeah,
I don't
forgot
even
where-
care.
Yeah, but that was like not
The only song that I really liked, like Everything Is Awesome, was all right. I just like Glory.
I know. The funny thing about
I
Glory,
wish they just did Glory, and
Glory.
then that's it.
When they were playing it, I was like, oh my! Like I was taken aback, and then you even saw it in the
Yeah, if
audience.
Chris Pine cries, then
Yeah, Chris Pine crying, like it was everybody. That was the only song everybody stood up for, and it was like brought the house down. And then it was very
would
funny.
have been funny if Everything Is Awesome went after
Well,
that.
what was I was gonna say what was really funny is that they did it right before the category was announced, and the way everyone was so into Glory, it's like. Could you if they announced somebody other than Glory won, the place would have rioted. Like it was,
if Maroon 5 won, that would have been like
yeah, I know.
most talked about tweeted thing of the night.
As good as Everything Is Awesome, and like I really enjoy the Lego Movie, and it sucks it wasn't there for animated. Like you can't say that it's a better song than Glory. Like
No,
oof.
that was good.
Yeah. So yeah, there was that. I guess highlights. You want to talk about any highlights you had? Glory, I guess we both really enjoyed that.
Glory. I didn't mind. Like I liked when it cut. You know what I actually like? I like the artwork of when they showed the nominees for certain things, like
the title cards. I think
the title cards. Yeah. They were good. I really liked that, especially the best picture when it was like, it like brought up American Sniper, then went into something else immediately after. It was cool.
What I found funny, or not funny, just interesting, when they were announcing for the best picture, did you not notice that the voice kind of announcing each nominee sounded like the Birdman voice?
I didn't notice that.
Okay, well, like if you go back and rewatch it, it's that like deep kind of raspy voice, and I was like, and I noticed it when they said Birdman, and I thought, oh, are they doing like a different voice for each one? Yeah. I'm like, no, it's just for some reason. I don't know if it just jogged something in my memory that made me think of that. But so you liked Glory, you liked the title cards.
One thing that I've noticed is the highlight may be like the Polish guy being sent out.
That was the one that I really had was yes,
the music cuts when like someone talks about suicide. You're like, oh, we can't get involved, so stop.
It was the Polish man was funny because they're playing him off after like 20. I even said, I'm like, it's been like 20 seconds. This is ridiculous. And I think
they get more time the bigger the.
No, I get that. But I think he was gonna stop, and then they let down for like half a second, and he just kept going.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Well, this is actually pretty good," and then so they went with it, and it was a highlight. But yes, the
John Travolta touching of the face.
Oh my! So there's two things about Travolta. Did I have something? Oh.
What? Like this the whole time.
Oh.
And it was like awkward. It was like 30 seconds of him, and she was like,
I know. Like I was wondering. I'm like, is this a rehearsed like thing that they were doing, or was this just Travolta? Like, as if you could have this huge flub last year, and then come back as like sort of like a redeem haha reunion thing, but then to almost top it by being like, oh my sweet, like when it was happening, I'm like, what is going on? This is really weird. And then have you seen the picture from the red carpet of I think it's Scarlett Johansson? And it's Scarlett Johansson standing there, and he's, like, behind her, like, doing the touchy thing again, kind of really weirdly. And
I didn't see that.
Oh, you'll have to see it. It's just Travolta. He just make me laugh. So
yeah, I think that's just weird Travolta.
I guess so. But,
any more highlights?
I'm trying to think. Any more highlights? There was a lot of good speeches.
I like Jack Black.
Oh, yes. So that's what I wanted. When I said that I really enjoyed the opening number. The opening number, I guess, was a highlight for me. When Jack Black came up, I was like, Jack Black, where have you been? Oh, It was so nice seeing you. And him getting back in there just brought me back to the days where I thought Shallow Hal was the funniest movie ever made. But,
yeah.
Yeah, no, those are definitely highlights. I thought
in terms of speeches, I think Redmayne's was the best.
Oh, hello, Jude.
Hi, Jude. Redmayne's was the best. And then Arquette's, the guy who won for the imitation game? Graham. He was like a close second.
Yeah, no, the Eddie Redmayne's, when he did his speech, I very much thought of Jennifer Lawrence when she won hers. How she was, it's just this young person who's just like happy to be there, and they just seem very genuinely happy and earnest. So I think that's why that one is memorable. And then
a lot of people like J.K. Simmons. They liked his speech.
Yeah, no, J.K. was good, but it was kind of,
it was all right.
It was nothing special. I found that, I don't know if it's always this way. Like, people usually have like a cause, but last night it felt like so many people were in the speeches, like addressing a cause of sorts.
Yeah.
Like whether it was Arquette being like women's equal wage and equality and all that, or Graham kind of just being like, hey, if you're different, it's okay. And then even like, who else was it? Like the Polish guy, I think he had a cause that he was going on about too. Like, everybody was there.
They take it as a platform.
Yeah, they were using it as a platform, which was interesting.
I'm pretty sure that people did that.
I know. I think it's a normal thing. It felt like there was a lot.
Yeah, a lot more this time. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, thoughts on the awards themselves? Any upsets? Anything you were happy with? Didn't like?
I mean, I was kind of expecting. I like how Grand Budapest got a lot.
I think 4. I think the two big,
and Whiplash. I was really happy that it got 3.
I guess the three movies really, I'd say, won the night, and that would be Whiplash, Budapest, and then Birdman.
Yeah, they were 4-4-3.
Yeah, so yeah. I think surprisingly, I think to a lot of people,
it was surprising for other people that Boyhood didn't win.
Yeah, that Boyhood didn't win, and I think
a lot of people
were disappointed with that. But I think, like, I don't know, that just...
I think people were like, I like Birdman, so it's alright.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was going for Grand Budapest.
I was really shocked that Linklater didn't get director. I thought Alejandro deserved it, so I was happy to see him get it. Mm-hmm. I thought as soon as Alejandro won for director, I thought, well, okay, then they're giving picture to Boyhood, but it seemed pretty unanimous. Didn't Birdman win for script too?
It won for original screenplay, which I was surprised. I was like, okay,
so it did the sweep, the screenplay, director, movie.
Yeah, so it won the big ones when Grand Budapest won all the like style.
Mm-hmm. And I think people probably just in the end ended up thinking giving it to Arquette was the Boyhood nod. I guess.
I mean, she was good.
No, I know, but like that was their way of being like, here you go. And I feel like that was the Selma giving, like, I guess Glory also just was probably the best song, but
no, definitely Glory was the best song, but I don't know. It was kind of like it wasn't a clean sweep for one specific movie. I'd say this year there wasn't one specific movie.
There was no movie that you're like, this is the movie.
Yeah, the like concrete. This is the best one.
Yeah. No, I like when it's kind of up in the air.
It's good. Like,
we knew Simmons was a lock. We knew Arquette. Like, I was pretty sure that Arquette was a lock and Moore was a lock. Actor was up in the air. I like seeing Eddie get it. And then it was going to be Birdman or Boyhood at the end. And
yeah, that was a lock, but you didn't know what it was. Oh, the one thing I wanted to know is for I think it was costume, how Grand Budapest got it, and I didn't think that it would get that.
Ooh, yeah,
because I thought either Into the Woods or Maleficent would get it, because usually it's a fantasy movie like that has really different costumes. But I think Into the Woods, I said that when we were watching it, that Into the Woods and Maleficent kind of split that vote, giving it to.
And then I think you also had that nobody felt that Budapest, they wanted to give Budapest the best picture, so they kind of gave them all these other nods by giving them like the other categories.
But the thing is, I'm sure Wes Anderson was...
Production design, like that was another lock, like Budapest.
Yeah. I'm sure Anderson was completely fine with like not winning an Oscar for like director or best picture or even the screenplay, because he won. Like he didn't win it, but he was happy that his movie got recognized so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure he was fine.
Yeah, I mean, you make a like that is Wes Anderson putting his heart and soul into like every movie that he does. So
I'm sure he's
the fact
part
it's
of every
recognized-
single
exactly.
facet of it. So
Exactly. So even if he's not winning it, I'm sure, he does take
Yeah.
it as an appreciation of his art.
Mhm.
I was surprised actually that How to Train Your Dragons 2 didn't win Best
Yeah.
Animated. Not that like I haven't seen Big Hero 6, but I've wanted to see it, and
I mean, that was an upset, I guess, for some people. I didn't see How to Train Your Dragon 2, but
I saw How to Train Your Dragon 1, and I'm sure if it's anything like that, which people say it is, some people even think it's better.
Mhm.
And
I think How
I'm sure
to Train Your Dragon was more technical of the two films, but
This was, like, more
Big Hero
heartwarming.
6 was more like funny and more like better, like a better movie. But Dragon was technical.
Okay. Well, any last thoughts on the night?
No, it's just an alright.
If you had to give it a score, like a letter grade, what would you give it?
B minus.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, I don't feel like a B, but it's not a C. A B minus feels
Yeah.
just about right.
B minus.
And I think if it didn't drag on, and this video, I don't want to let it drag on anymore,
Mm-hmm.
then it might have been like a B, B plus, maybe even into the A's.
So do you want to end with our predictions?
The breakdown?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
There's a three-way tie between Evan, myself, and
Yeah.
Bennett, and Thomas had at 4 out of 6. Thomas had 3 of 4.
Thomas had 3 of 6, and we all had 4 of 6.
Yeah, that's right. But Thomas was the only one to predict director
And Best Picture.
and Best Picture. Yeah. So that was our results. Wasn't the best outing, I guess, but oh well.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this, feel free to like it. Subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell us what we're doing good or not doing good. But yeah, that's it for us. I'm Michael. This is Evan, and that was Let's Talk About It.
Part 2 of episode 1 is coming
will be
out tomorrow.
Yeah, Wednesday.
So,
Bye for now.
bye for now.